You're listening to Entrepreneur's Enigma, a podcast about the ups and downs of the entrepreneurial journey. Every week, your host Seth Goldstein interviews entrepreneurs from all walks of life about their entrepreneurial journeys. From store owners to Fortune 500 CEOs, we all have stories to tell. So sit back and join us for the next 20 or so minutes while we explore the entrepreneurial world.
Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the Entrepreneur's Enigma podcast. I am your host, as always, Seth, with Podcast Mastery and Goldstein Media. Today I have Ray Blakney, which does not have the E. It's really Blakney, but it's Blakney. We were joking about beforehand that, in his Irish ancestry, which he's actually a Filipino-American with Irish ancestry, who grew up in Turkey, now lives in Mexico. So that's kind of fun.
Just like a lot of other people I'm sure you know.
Oh, yeah. We're all mutts. Anyone who says they're not a mutt is a mutt. And this is ignorant. People were joking that, when they came from Ireland, they forgot the E back in Ireland, essentially. So Ray is an entrepreneur who grew up in Turkey, as I said, now lives in Mexico because she manages him.
Oh.
He married his Spanish teacher when he went to Mexico.
That's right.
So that's kind of, I kind of spoiled the punchline there, but anyhow, but I love that.
I have all the punchlines, don't worry about it, Seth.
I got tons in here. Like he once believed there was a path that he was supposed to follow, like, go to college, become a computer engineer. Well, not everyone wants to be a computer engineer, but get a job, get to go watch, all that stuff. Build a retirement plan, retire at 66 and finally start living life. But honestly, fate had other plans. In 2006, a television commercial changed the course of his life. It posed this question: if you were to write a book about your life, would anyone read it? And he was sitting in Cleveland in his condo, and he realized, no, I wouldn't even read this damn thing. So within 90 days, he quit his job, sold everything he owned, and moved to Mexico to volunteer at a research center near the Guatemalan border, serving indigenous people. So he realized, screw it, I'm going to make something they can write about later. Have you written the book yet?
No, I have not, actually. I just started writing stuff like 6 months ago. I started writing. Oh, I got a ways to go. But yeah.
Got a ways to go, but then while he was there, he met his future wife, who I told this earlier, was a Spanish teacher. And he, in what he jokes was a case of impulse controls issues. They decided to get married and start a business together at the same time. Oh my God! I can't.
In the same building.
What?
In the building. We got married in the building we started our business in because we couldn't afford to pay for a different one.
Oh wow! A risky move, which he doesn't necessarily recommend, but it worked out for them. Honestly, my wife and I, before we got married, started Goldstein Media together. So yeah, it happens. I don't recommend it, but So since 2008, Ray has launched more than 20 profitable companies and then sold 4 of them, many in partnership with his wife. Despite his track record, he admits he still doesn't know everything. He doesn't quite know what he's doing. But he's learned that the more he learns, the more he realizes how much he doesn't know and how much he has to keep learning. So, and if you hear kids in the background, it's because it's at the time of recording, it's Mexican Independence Day. Woo,
That's
woo.
Right. That's it.
Exactly.
I told them that I had a podcast, but a 5-year-old kid doesn't care for some reason.
No, it's fine. If they can do it on the BBC, they can do it on our podcast.
Exactly.
You remember that one where the kid walked in and the mom runs and asks.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh my God.
That was beginning of COVID when that was a big deal. Like after COVID, it's like, that just happens on a regular basis.
Yeah, if a kid walks in, we'll say hi and whatever. It is what it is.
That's it.
So you have 20. Oh, and he also sold 4 of them, 4 of his profitable companies. And also money goes a lot farther in Mexico. So it was really profitable. So there you go.
I tell people if you want a 400% raise in about 5 hours and you live in the U.S., jump on a plane and Mexico.
That's awesome. Yeah, and Mexico's underrated. I mean, it's not crime-ridden. I mean, there's spots, but there's spots in the United States for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Honestly, their president is Jewish. Not saying that's here or there, but I thought that was kind of interesting that she's Jewish. And she's a she. So you have a female Jewish president who's a real badass right now. So we just got the explicit tag, but whatever. We'll go with that. But anyhow, So how's it going, Ray? How you doing? What, you're clearly living the best life.
I'm living, I can't complain. Okay, that's not true. You can always complain, right? Like
You
there's always stuff
exactly.
about. But I am grateful for the life that I have right now.
Yes.
Talking about my wife, we actually celebrated our 18th wedding anniversary. We've been together 20 years.
Well, as Jews say, Mazel Tov. So
Exactly. Like 48 hours ago. Like we were at a hotel here in town. We do a little kind of honeymoon retreat every anniversary.
Aww.
And since we live where people go on vacation, we just actually drive 15 minutes away.
Yeah, you just get out. You make sure you get out of the house, though.
That's
my
mother-in-law.
Go on vacation, exactly. Hey, mom-in-law, come watch the kids. We're gonna go to Cancun, or what? Was it Cancun? It
was couldn't apply. We just went to a hotel that's like along that highway. There's a whole bunch of places.
Along the highway, there's a bunch of hotels where tourists go. You're like, we're gonna be a tourist for a little bit. That's awesome. I love it. Love it. So you literally you grew up in Turkey. That's wild.
First language is Turkish. English is my third language, technically.
Wow. So Turkish, Spanish, and then English.
No, Turkish, Tagalog, then English. Spanish is life.
Oh, wow. Look at you, hotshot.
I forgot French along the way too, but I literally forgot it. I studied it for 12 years when I was in Turkey, and I can't speak a word.
Yeah, well, you have 4 under your belt. I think that's pretty good.
Two of them are actually useful. Like Filipino and Turkish, not so much. Like outside of those countries, I rarely use those two.
Yeah, exactly. So you left Cleveland. You went down and started helping down in Mexico, met your wife. What were some of these businesses that you were running?
Yeah, so after I left my time working in the indigenous community, so I was part of the Peace Corps when we were there, the first business we launched was a brick and mortar language school, because I'm a computer engineer, but ironically, like launching an online business was not my go-to thought. Like it was just didn't occur to me. Like I did not study business. Neither did my wife. She's a teacher by trade.
She taught you Spanish.
Yeah, she knows how to teach Spanish. So we did what we thought we were supposed to do, right? You're supposed to rent a building, put offices, hire staff, and bring new people into your building. So like that was our first business.
Wow.
But it worked out because I also learned how to do online marketing at that point. We had no money. So I was our full online marketing department. So I learned SEO back in the olden days where, SEO was
SEO was actually SEO, not AIO or ABCD.
Exactly. I think they call it GEO or something.
GEO. It's generative engine optimization, which is
exactly.
Guess what?
Exactly.
It's still SEO. It's still the same stuff. It's just a different scraper doing it. That's all it is.
Exactly. I have friends who are like going into that, but like at the beginning, it was a lot easier back in 2007 when I went, right? Actually, family away to number one. So by the time we launched our brick and mortar school, I had figured out the basics of SEO. We were number one in the entire country, which even to this day, people think if you're number one on Google, you're the best. No. Right? Like there's that correlation if I search. No, it's got nothing to do with it. Just somebody knows how to do SEO better than somebody else. Yeah. And for Mexican Spanish schools, nobody had a full-time SEO on staff except for us, because I was a full-time SEO essentially for our business. So we were fully booked the day we opened. Because everybody established, and we're like, we were calling. Like I remember the first person, I didn't even know how to like, how much you charge? I'm like, I don't know. Do we charge?
Honey, how much you charge? She's like,
yeah. That was it. So we had $2,000 in the bank account when we launched our first business.
Wow.
We actually used to sleep on the floor of our school at an inflatable mattress that had a hole in it. So I joked that we would sleep on a mattress, wake up on the floor, because it would slowly deflate. Throw it under my desk.
Journey.
That's it. I would clean. I would pick up the trash at night. Then I'd put on because that's what I thought business was, button shirt, slacks back from my corporate days and look like a professional. Even though I was really 26, so I was just trying to look older.
Exactly. Yeah. Try and grow the facial hair, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Actually, that's exactly it. I actually grew this because I tried to look older. I cannot do a full beard. Half Filipino, there is nothing there. I could not shave for a year, and I just felt like
Filipino, you either have a goatee and you look a little bit older, or you have a baby face. That's one of the two.
That's pretty much it. Until
you get older, you go gray. But other than that,
And it takes us a while, because I'm good on. Yeah, I think I have one gray hair over here somewhere.
I'm 44 and I'm all gray. So there you go.
Well, actually, I'm older than you are. So that's the whole difference, right? Yeah. And so we did that, and it was profitable within the first month. I mean, literally, people would we asked for full 50% deposits. which is high, but we needed that quite hardest for the actual classrooms. So we would ask for deposits.
They don't. An apartment. Yeah, exactly.
Well, actually, that took about 3 months for us to actually move out of the school. And say,
that's hilarious. I love that. Yeah.
Then we moved into an apartment that was right next to the train station, right? It was like literally our bed was here, there was a wall, and the train would pass on the other side.
And the whole room would shake.
Knowing we rented it until the first night, we're like, what the heck? We lasted about 3 months in that place.
I love that.
And then we moved out into an actual house that was not on the train station. We still had no furniture. Yeah, but at least we had a bed.
Furniture's overrated.
I agree. We're working 18 hours a day anyway, right? So like,
you go, you have as long as you have a mattress to sleep on, that's what matters. So
that's what it was. So that school went pretty well for about a year and a half. Then Mexico had something called the swine flu, which was supposed to become like what COVID was supposed to be. And they were like, okay, they closed off Mexico's border. Nobody could come. This school was a school where foreigners would come and study Spanish with us. So you close out Mexico's border. All of our students would.
So swine flu killed your business, not COVID.
Didn't. You see what happened? Since our teachers were living month to month, we had a few months runway, but like they were paid hourly. So if there were no students, they made no salary. It was on us to kind of our responsibility to find them work. So it was my wife actually who had the idea. It was like, why don't we email all of our former students? And there's this new technology called Skype.
Where we could may rest in peace. Exactly.
It was like 3 or 4 months ago now or something like that. They finally closed out.
Yeah.
How about we email them, see if they want to take classes back in the US and Canada and Europe where they are from their teachers down. Like, that's a good idea. Hopefully
you know what that's called? A pivot.
That's it. That's exactly it. So email them. And I'm like, if we can get we're going to be fine. But this is back in the day before like active campaign mailer. Like I was literally 100 BCCs per Gmail email, copy paste, send, copy paste, and with just hi, no first name insert. No.
Yeah, exactly. It's just but you kind of do what you have to do. Yeah.
To our shop, 20. Like if a few people do it, this is great. But 20% of them said yes. 20% of like 700 students. So suddenly we had 100 students wanted to take class online. Oh my God, there's a demand for this.
Amazing.
We can have teachers to. And then 30 days later, swine flu fizzles out. Our school's fully booked again. So I'm like, oh crap. Now like we have,
now you have an online school and you have an in-person school. And you're like, now what? So what did you do? What did you do?
A new website called SpanishLessonsOnline.com because again, SEO back in the day.
Exactly. The Zach domain name. Yeah.
So we would put that there, and with my magical SEO skills, because nobody was really looking for like Skype Spanish, nobody was competing because this was kind of new. Became number one in the world within about 30 days. And within 3 months, we were making more money off of our online school than we were on brick and mortars.
That's wild, man. That's wild.
So we ran the boat for about a year and a half, and I got to the point, like, what are we doing? Like, we're making much higher profit margins in our online school than our brick and mortar school. And we're working way more than brick and mortar school. So we decided to sell. It took about a year and a half. Brick and mortar business is, it's not eBay, right? We put it up in like 24 hours.
But a year and a half's not a bad turnaround for selling something like that. That's not bad at all.
Exactly. And I mean, this with the building, and there was a lot to it. Like it was an American.
Yeah, exactly.
The assets, so they had to look at Mexico, so like it worked for them. Like this. It was like not a massive exit. It was just a few multi-six figures, but like nothing higher. At least
an exit is an exit. We're gonna take a quick break, hear from our sponsors, and get right back to the show.
This was an early 30s too. Like, I mean, this was more money than we'd ever seen before.
Exactly. Now you can buy that house. They can buy the house, put an addition on.
That's what we did. Bought a house for that price too. Like we straight up renovated it, bought a house in Mexico. Like, we lived rent free since then. We paid rent.
I love it, man.
So a great way to do assets.
And own more than the toilet. Because when you get a mortgage, I think when you get a mortgage, your down payment gets you own about the powder room.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all you can get. Yeah, for us, we own the whole thing. It was, not 3-bedroom, 1.5. It was like this mess. But there's an old historic home in downtown, Mexico, and we jokingly say those prices appreciate because they're not building new historic homes, right? So it was like 150 euro Adobe home in a heritage city. So
that's fun.
We had that house, and then we went all in on the online business, which at the time got us to like mid 6 figures within about 2 years. Keep in mind, I knew nothing what I was doing. Like this was like, I did not study business. In fact, at the time, I remember thinking, this whole business thing's easy because the first 2 businesses I launched worked.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? Well, read business books.
Luck.
Total luck. It was total luck. But at the time, you're like, it must be, it's all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then I launched because I got I have ADD, and I was like, hey, if that's like this is working, let me go and just do a whole bunch of other things. As a result,
hence the 20 profitable companies.
20 profitable companies with like
but
40 failed.
How many failed companies behind that?
Exactly. I mean, I run a 1 out of 3 hit rate, right? So like,
that's bad.
Which be good. Exactly. But it's still like failed at a whole bunch while I was there. I had all these ideas for businesses.
Oh, I have tons.
Yeah. And some of those profitable companies only made a few thousand a month. Like, not all of them were like massive, but they just fizzle out.
But profitable is profitable is profitable is profitable.
Profitable. A few of them, luckily, did take off, right? Yeah. So like I had a chocolate factory in Asia for a bit. That one did pretty well. I sold that to my partner. I ran a marketing agency for 2 or 3 weeks. But then I realized, and Seth, you'll laugh at this, I don't like working with clients. How's this yesterday? And I'm like, that's not how this works. Like,
exactly.
I paid you. Why am I not number one on Google yet? And I'm like 500 podcasts. Like I paid you yesterday. No, it's not how it works. So I told my partner, you had much more tolerance for that kind of stuff. I did.
Yeah.
That one did pretty well. We got to like a 60,000 run rate in about 3 months. Then again, my interest fizzled out, and I started working on
else. You can do that, yeah.
That's it. But primarily, most of the businesses I've launched have been in online education. So I have like little side tracks, marketing niche, stuff. All the ones,
exactly.
Yeah, I've ended up niching down into online education. Is what I do now. We're currently around 2 7-figure online education companies.
That's not bad. I was about to ask you, what are you working on now? Exactly.
Yeah.
And when you're not running around with the kids, how many kids you got? 3?
We only have 1. We only have 1.
Sounds
We're pretty open about it.
It sounds like you have 3.
There's actually 2 outside. That's why he's got a friend over for the holiday.
It sounds like you have more than 1, but
it's a 5-year-old boy too. So like
he's just loud. Exactly.
He's loud. Like they're not very quiet.
Like his dad, right?
Exactly.
So all right. So it's the best thing. So you did a little bit of the corporate experience, and then the commercial happened, and you're like, I want to go live my life to the fullest. So what is the best thing about being an entrepreneur in your mind?
It's going to be cliche, but it is.
Go for it.
Freedom of choice.
I love that. Yeah.
It's not the freedom of own everything, because look, I probably work more hours than most people.
Oh God, it's not the freedom of having time. Absolutely not.
No, definitely not. But I work when I want, because I want, not because somebody's telling me. Like one of my pet peeves is I hate being told what to do. Ever since I was a kid, tell me to do it, and I will, on purpose, not. Like I'm like, no.
Oh, you're one of those.
Well, I'm never going to read that book. I'm like, I would read the first page and last page of like a chapter for book reports, and I didn't mean my B plus, good enough. But I would not read it on principle because they told me to read it. So entrepreneurship allows me to do whatever.
Yeah.
And that's I think one reason I didn't like running the agency, because there it ended up being people telling me what. And I'm like,
absolutely, exactly. So
I learned that about myself along the way, and that's what it is right now. Like I just took 4 days with my wife.
I love it.
Good away. Didn't have to ask anybody. So I have a business partner, and like I told him, but it wasn't like asking his permission to go. It's just like, hey,
it's our anniversary. We're going. See you later.
Please
hold on the fort.
Just weeks for 2 weeks.
But that's the hard thing about being an entrepreneur. Is also making sure you take that time for yourself. Even if it's a week or a weekend, you step away, tell people to get lost in nice terms, and step away and live your life, and then get back to work. Because the hardest boss, other than your wife, is most likely you. Because you want to keep going. You want to keep going. You want to get the run rate up. You want to keep running and going and going. That kind of thing. So on the flip side, what keeps you up at night besides your 5-year-old kid?
Finances usually still.
Yeah.
I mean, not even on the personal side, but when you're launching any business, so you asked what business I'm involved in the most right now. So I have 3, I'm on the board of 2 of my businesses, and I'm like actively running. It's a college prep company, right? So we help kids in the United States get into top American universities. It's the fastest growing company I've ever been part of. Me and my partner, we went from, we're having SaaS level growth, like 3x, 2x for the last 2 years. Like,
I love it, man.
Productized service, productized education business, but productized service business, right? And it's also probably by next year will grow bigger than by the language school that I sold, which took me like 15 years to get up to that level, right?
Isn't that amazing how once you kind of get what you're doing, how it actually works faster? I mean, 15 years to get something up and running is not a bad thing. But then you replicate it, and you're like, wait, I can do this faster.
3 years.
3 years. Yeah, boom. It's amazing.
And I mean, also our average LTV lifetime value for our customers in the language school is like $500-600. Here's $5,000 to $7,000. So it's exactly the same.
College is a big effing deal.
Huge. And it's got a lot of the
$5,000 to $6,000 is not that bad for college prep.
If you're just about $300K to send your kids to college, and you pay us $60K to help them get in, like from your investment point of view, is like if you complain about that, where are your priorities here? Like, yeah,
it's dollars. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's literally you just move the decimal point over one. Because literally, I mean, like when I was back in school, my college education was $80,000 for 4 years. It's now $80,000 for a year if you're lucky.
Well, you and I we're like 1 year apart in age. Like we went to college at the same time. Like it was exactly the same thing. And we both,
I went to Delaware, and it was literally the same price as my prep school. So my dad's like, "Well, you got you covered." My dad's like, "We got you covered for college."
I went to prep school. I was like, "Yeah."
My dad looked at that, and he's like, "All right, you should go. You can go to these 2 colleges that you want to go to," and literally, he's like, we got you covered through university because we've been paying it since you were 5, so it's the same price. At least back then, it's the same price to just go to Delaware, which is a great school in the United States. Not patting myself on the back, but now it's better than when I was there. I just reaped the benefits of saying, "Oh, I went to the University of Delaware." Like, "Oh, well, you got in." It wasn't that hard when I was there.
Trust me, I went to a school called Case Western Reserve up in Ohio.
Yes.
And the part to get into, I look at we help kids get in right now, and they're like psyched to get in. I'm looking at the admissions rate and like, their requirements. I'm like, there's no way I would have gotten in today.
There's no way I would have gotten into Delaware. There's no way. And I had like a 3.840 in high school, and I ran the school paper and all this other stuff. There's no way I would even, because these kids are like Rhodes scholars. That don't have
3.4 into Case. Like I have 3.4 GPA. I think I had a decent SAT, but like nothing. I didn't like it was like okay.
Insane,
I didn't find
insane, man. Insane.
Now 4.0 is the cost of entry. Like that's where you start, and then you have to be exceptional after that. And this is why it's getting so competitive. And this is why people pay us, because if all we did was 1.0, like no. Like what else do you do? What activities are you in? What
you be well-rounded before you get well-rounded in college.
We work with you all the way for that price. Like we work from freshman year to senior year. We coach you monthly all the way through. We tell you what classes, based on what majors you want, which colleges you like to do, like what classes you should be taking.
My kid's going to middle school, and they're starting him in 7th grade already.
Yeah.
With stuff. I'm like, oh my God.
We have some 6th graders. If parents call us to sign up, we say, no, we don't. Like let your kid be a kid, but we don't sign them up. End of 8th grade, because you're about to go to high school, we'll work with you there. But like we will not work with you.
No,
we had a 5-year-old. We had parents with 5-year-olds call us, and like, really?
You look at your kid, you're like, yeah, my kid is eating dirt. Like,
like happily, and I'm proud of him for doing that.
Happily eating dirt at 5, and he's not looking to go to college at this point at 5. No, my kid's like looking at college. He's like, I don't know. Honestly, nowadays I'd even tell my kid, we're kind of on a tangent here, but I tell my kid, literally, go be a plumber. It's a little grosser, but literally make. Oh my God, absolutely. So on the flip side, what keeps you up at night?
The bigger you build your companies, the more responsibility you have for more people, especially when you're building a productized service, productized education business. I'm not a SaaS company where I have 5 staff and we grow up to an ARR of like $50 million. Like that's not it.
Yeah.
Between the 2 companies, the 3 companies I'm involved in, roughly 150 staff for me across the world.
That's
right.
Bad.
I'm responsible. At the end of the day, I'm responsible for all of them.
Wow.
The company goes, I'm the one who has to let them go.
Oh my God, that's tough. Yeah, exactly. So what is the most important thing to carry with you all the time?
Most important thing that I carry with me all the time.
You can go as rural as you want to get. Or as surface level as you want to get. Like your computer.
Yeah. Well, as an engineer, I'm like, I'm always surface level. Like even though I'm going the woo, I'm like, that's not like the logical thing that my mind goes to.
Clearly an internet connection, because you need that.
I do, but I don't know because I don't carry it with me all the time on purpose. I have times where I leave my cell phone. Like I go and walk my dog every night. We live in a kind of really nice area with a golf course, and after like 5:30, walk along the golf course. I on purpose do not carry myself. So I have no internet for like an hour a day on purpose.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, smart.
Probably my Fitbit. I'm wearing it right now.
Yeah.
Because I try to this is like a cheap one. Like I do it on purpose. Again, I have a 5-year-old. I don't want the fancy one with big screens and all that kind of stuff. He'll break it in like 2 minutes. But if you don't have your health, you don't have anything else, right? Like forget about how your businesses are doing, how your relationship is. If you're like unhealthy, if you're sick, like that becomes a priority in your life.
Yeah.
And this kind of represents it to me. I make sure I get the steps. I have a very sedentary life. Like I sit in front of a computer for 12 hours a day.
Exactly.
Like,
you gotta get up and move. You need that.
I go to the gym in the morning, but it doesn't equal out to like to doing that. I teach work, that doesn't equal out sitting for 12 hours. Like I have to do things. Yes. So this is what reminds me how to do it. So every hour and a half, it's just time to get up and go for a walk, like that kind of.
Walk the dog, walk the kid.
That's exactly. Yep. Or you've been sitting for too long and kind of this little buzzing. I go and do something.
I love it, man. So Ray, where's the best place to find you online?
So they can find me directly. The easiest way to find me and the projects I'm working on is probably my website, rayblakeney.com, or they can follow me on
without the E.
Without the E, that's right. Facebook and LinkedIn are the 2 places I actually post the most. So
okay,
Facebook and LinkedIn.
We'll put those in the show notes so that everyone has
exactly. So they can
out.
find me on those. And I just 4 months ago, I started 1-year posting commitment. So I post 5 days, 1 video and 1 written text every single day, 5 days a week, every week. And I'm going to do it for you.
Good for you. I like that. So Ray, I'm going to let you go celebrate Mexican Independence Day with your cute little kid and have fun. And we will see everyone next week.
That was a great show. If you're enjoying Entrepreneur's Enigma, please consider giving us a review in the podcast directory of your choice. Every review helps us reach new listeners. If you like Entrepreneur's Enigma, consider the other shows on the Marketing Podcast Network at marketingpodcast.net.